Oh my. I saw a bunch of monsters above me. Hello, greetings, and welcome back to another episode of NexusCraft. Here with me, Blue Nexus Gaming. I am going to try filling in this area before more monsters show up, because that looked a little bit dangerous. Just a little bit. Last we left off, we were preparing this villager trading hall because we wanted to be able to easily access everything in the trading hall. We wanted to be able to easily navigate through the various areas and all kinds of other lovely goodies. I don't really remember everything that happened last episode, as it has been a few days. Going out and about kind of is tiring when you're not used to going out and about. It was a little bit exhausting, but I am perfectly healthy, not, dying or anything, which is good. I'm not dying. It is good to not be dying. Let's see. I'm just crouching along up here so that I can very easily acquire all of the items which appear, because I don't want any of them falling down or anything. We obviously need to, carve out a section for each area, because, well, we have all of these trapdoors in place, and they're in place properly. It's just we have to collect a bunch of items from above all of these little workstations, or stalls, or whatever you want to call them. All of these little areas where all of these items that we're mining and digging out can hide. We want to collect those items. Therefore, we kind of had to, clear out a little bit. However, areas such as this, what we want to do is we actually want a pillar up here. Because, if I'm not mistaken, this is actually a cavern. Yep, this is a cavern. Which means we want to dig down a little bit and then just fill in this. And that will allow us to very easily just kind of smooth out the roof. There's items over there. Oops, I dug a little bit too far. Okay. Now, I can hear the enemies up above, obviously. It's not exactly difficult to hear them. I'm not entirely sure where cobblestone came from in all of this, but apparently that's a thing that has appeared on the steps there. Again, not sure why. I have Silk Touch after all. But Well, aren't you rude? Okay, well, looks like we have a little bit more. Oh. Okay. I guess that's a thing. How did that happen? Oh, I bet I know what happened. I think a creeper blew up there. If that's the case, then what I need is to light the place up there. Means I actually need one of these right there. Because otherwise, mobs are just going to keep appearing. That's not very fun. Okay. Now, I've dealt with the invasion of mobs. Let's see what else I can do here. This should work, I think. Okay. Now I can go retrieve this. Okay. Now I want to climb up here in order to take that out, hop across, jump up here, and then I can dig this material out. Then once again, I want to make sure that nothing fell in these little stalls, obviously. Therefore, I gotta check them. They're very easy to get out of because, well, I built them to be easy to get out of for me. It's difficult for a villager to get out of them because villagers don't normally carry around a usable pickaxe. Or a usable axe for that matter. But for me, they're very easy to get out of because I can just dig my way out, or I can, carve my way out, whatever I need to do to get out. I can do that. I have the ability. As far as this little critter goes, where'd you go? Gotcha. Just a bit of incineration to lighten his day. That's a joke. If you didn't catch it, well, then you probably need a better sense of humor? I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying half the time, but that's okay. Because I know what I'm doing. What I'm doing is building. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, I gotta go up by 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm just kind of going through, preparing the area for the receiving of villagers. Ow. Okay. The vast quantities of gravel aside, this build project is coming along very well, very nicely. As the resources are collected more and more, I will find that the area which I need to check for any resources that may have tried to, scamper off, will very quickly narrow down to a more reasonable size. Reasonable limit. This is why I jumped up here. I didn't even notice that that was actually a hole and not a, and not just another block. Because I can't see in that dim of a light. That light level is very, very low, and therefore makes it very difficult to see. See, this is what I'm talking about. Every now and then I'll just find a random stray item in one of these stalls because it lands there from the construction, the digging. But otherwise, they mostly tend to land either down here or up here. They don't usually land down there. I need to dig this, and this, As far as how the channel uploads have been going, I've been doing well, obviously, since I'm here recording and telling you that I've been doing well. My digestive system is a little upset with me, but that's kind of understandable. I haven't been eating as well as I should be, but I've been staying healthy. I've been eating healthy. Not as healthy as I should, but healthy. Healthy enough, at least. I'm not going to get sick or anything. As far as my D&D campaign goes, I have been doing decently well. I haven't really done anything since the last time I commented on it because, as I mentioned, me and my players all just kind of had a day where we just weren't really focused on the campaign. That happens every now and then. You know, you play a game for a few years and yeah, that'll happen once in a while. I believe my campaign has been going for almost 3 years now. As crazy as it sounds, yeah, it's been about 3 years. I was brought I had this brought to my attention because I mentioned how long the campaign had been running to one of my players, and my player was like, "Oh no, like we've been playing for a lot longer than that." Because like for me, school was like this many years ago, and that's when this happened and this happened and this happened, and I was like, "Oh. Yeah, that's like legitimately years then, isn't it?" And they were like, "Yeah, we've been playing this for a long time, man." It's like, yeah, we have. Yeah. You know, my players are very good, very very nice players. They don't cause too much chaos. They still cause some chaos, but not too much. They try and limit themselves where they can. Okay, now I need to pick up this diorite here. Wait, what? Okay, first of all, I need to dig my way out of here because I found myself in there. But second of all, what do you mean there were only 2? I clearly saw 3 items. Okay, I can rewatch the footage, but I saw 2 items up here, 1 item down here. Okay. Clearly on the footage. That's a little bit confusing because there should be more diorite in my inventory right now. Is this one of those instances where it's down here? No. See, I'm wondering if maybe like the item was despawning or maybe it just turned invisible. I don't really know what happened. All I know is I'm supposed to have 3 diorite in my inventory and I currently have 2. You know, it's all just a little bit confusing because of that. But it's whatever. I'll make do with what I have. If I only get 2 diorite out of it, then I only get 2 diorite out of it. I'm not going to fuss about it. Because I can go out and mine more diorite if I really need to. If I don't need to mine more diorite, that's fine as well. You know? Like I said, I'm not going to fuss over it. Okay. This is a good time, if you have not already, to leave a like on the video as well as subscribe to the channel. You'll get notified of all the new videos that I publish, all of the content that I release. Sometimes I feel like a day where I'm playing an RTS game, sometimes it's a first-person shooter, sometimes it's not. You know, sometimes it's just chilling with Minecraft. But I can't live stream the Minecraft because I only have Minecraft for Android, and I think I have to look into it, but I think I might have to pay for it again for some reason if I get it on my Windows 10 laptop that I got from my friend, which is not something I intend to do because I already bought it once. I don't need to buy it again. You know? I'm not paying for the same service twice. That's not how business functions. That's how businesses fail, actually. And we don't want businesses to fail. We don't want Mojang to fail. We want Mojang to succeed. Therefore, I'm not paying for the same thing twice. I don't care if they, you know, ask nicely or not. I'm just not paying for the same thing twice, because that would be stupid. If I did have to pay for the same thing twice, then I get to sue them, because that's theft by deception and extortion. But, you know, we're not here to discuss legalities. We're here to play Minecraft and enjoy ourselves and have fun. You know, we're here to enjoy the lovely dulcet tones of my voice as we prepare an area for a bunch of villagers to spend the rest of their lives, basically. Let's see. And while we're at it, we get to watch me, like, mess around and build things. So that's, you know, added bonus. It's nice. Messing around in the constructive sense, that is. Allowing me to very easily navigate this entire area, collect all of the building materials, etc., etc. Let's jump up here. And then what we want to do is I think we actually want to fill in some of these half slabs that we're pulling out here. I believe we did, now that I think about it. We did want to retrieve some of these half slabs. Let's see, what else do we have? Well, we have our diorite, obviously. Yeah, that looks like everything is currently in order. Let's start building up some of this architecture for this side, because we've already completed this side. We don't need to continue having this side being all bare, you know. Filling in the building materials. Oops. Now I just fill in this top line here. I continue filling in the top line. I fully expected that because I saw the staircase and I was like, you know, something tells me that I am way too close to this staircase for it to be just, you know, a casual thing. Let's see. Well, if I'm wanting to feed the villagers in from the front of the area here, then what I want to do is what I want to do, I suppose, is have a lower half slab above them. That's not going to work too well, is it? Because of Enderman. Okay. Now, I want to run over to this side. I will use the crafting table for this. Craft a stack of smooth stone slabs. Craft more smooth stone slabs. More smooth stone slabs. Lots of smooth stone slabs. Anyways, I want to fill in the area that has the lantern on par with it. because if I don't, then what ends up happening is an Enderman can actually teleport into there and damage the villager. We don't want that. Therefore, the villagers are getting a half slab to protect them from Endermen. Matter of fact, they're getting a double half slab to protect them from Endermen, making that a full block. If an Enderman does teleport into there, it will start suffocating. Which means it will not consider that location as though it is valid. It will be like, well, I want to teleport there, but it's not valid. And it's like, well, of course it's not valid. There's nowhere for you to breathe. You know? If there's no room for any form of oxygen or anything, then obviously you can't teleport there. And now we want to, oops, retrieve that. I didn't mean to place that. I meant to place these. Now we just fill in all of these areas. If I really wanted to be fast about it, I could do it, one slab each, and then that would get me a little bit more speed in the redecorating department, because what I can then do is A, enjoy the fact that everything's covered in lower half slabs, which is a very useful feature. Or alternatively, I can just, fill in a bunch of material and then go return over to here and collect a bunch more material from the storage chest, convert it into half slabs, and then resume on with my building. Let's see, where's the half slabs? Right there. This should be 6 stacks of half slabs. Yep, 6 stacks. Now I go through, filling in everything with lower half slabs in order to just kind of speed up the building process, because basically I'm just building everything up a half slab at a time. Oops, didn't mean to upper slab that, but I got the lower slab in there. Despite the fact that that slab looks not accurately placed, that slab was in fact placed in an accurate location, because everything's technically getting built all the way up to here. At which point this area then gets filled in to allow for ease of access from across the roof. Oops, ran out of slabs. Let's grab more from the inventory. Fill in those, fill in those, fill in that. And then I want to very carefully go through and just install all of these lower half slabs on the roof of this build. And now I can very easily just go through, fill in all of these, and this will prevent the majority of monsters from spawning on the roof. Every now and then Mojang will release an update which does not play nicely with that fact, but for the most part this will prevent monsters. Under normal circumstances, this will prevent all monsters from spawning on the roof. It's just every now and then Mojang messes up their updates. Not that I mind. I mean, it's a wonderful game either way. I just kind of enjoy the fact that monsters don't spawn when there's half slabs present of the lower half slab variety. Now you can see why we built 6 stacks of half slabs, as well as why we brought so much smooth stone. There's just so much stuff to fill in, there's so much stuff to build. It requires a lot of resources, and it's not very easy. I mean, it's easy enough because, it's just building. But at the same time, it's not exactly easy because you gotta plan all of this, you gotta, go through all of the motions of building all of this stuff. It can get a little tiresome, a little taxing mentally because, it's very repetitive. It's a lot of doing the same action on repeat. But, as you can tell, it is very much a worthwhile endeavor. I just gotta keep on collecting more half slabs. So I grab another 3 blocks of smooth stone, and then I arrange them in a 3x1, or is it 1x3? I can never remember, but basically 3 wide, 1 tall line of smooth stone will create smooth stone slabs in the crafting table. As you can see, a full stack, or a full 3 stacks specifically, of smooth stone will generate 6 stacks of half slabs because you are creating 2 half slabs for every smooth stone you use. Therefore, 64 smooth stone equals 128 half slabs. 64 times 3 smooth stone equals 128 times 3 half slabs. It's a very basic equation. And a lot of people might already be aware of this information. A lot of people probably are fully aware of this information already, in fact. However, there are people out there who have no idea how to play Minecraft. And, you know, I like to provide those types of people with instruction every now and then. It's not too often that I will instruct people because, you know, instructing people gets annoying. That's the reason why some people are made to be teachers and some people aren't. There's a saying amongst teachers that says those who do, or those who teach, and those who can't teach, do. And it's like, well, I can do and I can teach, but as far as both goes, I don't frequently do both. You know, it is a rare breed of person that can both teach and adhere to the teachings of what they teach. Not many people can do that. It is a rare breed indeed. Need to aim just a little bit higher in order to avoid Okay, now to carve out this layer. Yeah, see, some of this material would have landed down here. Let me try this again. Oops, wrong thing. Yeah, that has made item collection a lot easier. Because now I can just go through, easily see what I can and or can't pick up. Now I can just go over here, drop off a bunch of stone. I don't have much else I can drop off. I can drop off some granite. That'll free up a little bit of space, but for the most part, it's just a matter of picking up all of the materials that were dropped by just harvesting materials here. Okay. Gravel wants to be a thing. Gravel can be a thing. But you know what? Gravel's gonna get excavated. Because I got a diamond shovel waiting for this gravel. Oops. Didn't mean to dig that far down. Wait, what happened to it? Oh, it got nudged over to there. Okay, well... let's carve a path out here. That will allow me to very easily navigate over to here. At which point I can very easily grab a shovel. Just kind of start clearing out this upcoming problem. Let's see here. You've got all of this material to excavate, which is easy enough, as you can see. You just kind of very easily mow right through it. However, we fill up quite rapidly on things such as stone and gravel, because we only have 1 to 2 inventory spaces actually open. The rest of it is quite obviously reserved for all kinds of other materials. But we seem to have collected it all in due time. Seemingly. I think a portion of it may have despawned, but that's kind of okay, I guess. Okay, let me just make a little bit of a mess here. Let me fill in this area I did not intend to dig. Let me retrieve the gravel from over here, because it just kind of went flying when it got excavated. Now I want to retrieve some of these areas because I'm going to be going in and out of these areas quite frequently. Okay, I can actually start collecting all of this material. In order to provide a means of easily retrieving all of these items, easily collecting all of these materials. It's a lot of work. It's not even difficult work at that. It's just monotonous. You know, it's boring and repetitive, but it's work that needs to be done in order for the build to get complete. Therefore, I'm doing the work because it is required. You know, this is part of building a villager trading hall. This is part of the work involved. I have to go through and make sure that the monsters aren't going to get to the villagers. That's fine. It's boring, but it's fine. You know, it doesn't make the most entertaining episode, but it is very valuable content to know how to do, because if you don't know how to do it, then, well, as I mentioned, the goal is to prevent monsters from reaching your villagers. If you don't know how to do that, well, what do you think's going to happen to your villagers? You're gonna get monsters attacking your villagers because you didn't know how to prevent the monsters from reaching your villagers. It's kind of a very obvious result, you know. Oops. Let me use up some of these half slabs by filling in all of this area here. That will free up inventory space for me to pick up more items, because I noticed that one of the items that we just acquired was dirt. We don't really have an inventory spot for dirt, so that's going to just take up space. Another thing that's taking up space, the fact that I'm carrying around 6 stacks of half slabs. This is easily remedied by just using the half slabs so that, you know, they get used up. But in the process, I have to, you know, be a little bit logical about how I use it, how I apply it, for obvious reasons. Okay. This is using a lot of hunger to check all of these stalls, because jumping slowly saps your food saturation. But the result is that I am very easily able to make sure that I did not leave any resources in any of these stalls, because I don't want to leave resources in anywhere that is not my storage, really. Now, every now and then I'll leave resources in the wall, but I'm returning for those at some point in the future. so that's not really that relevant. But then there's situations like this where, I've got all of these resources and they're just kind of everywhere, Occasionally, I will make use of something which helps me collect resources, such as the spider gossamer farm, or the string farm, which I made the spider spawner into. That was one such instance where, upgrading the build has provided a veritable increase in my available resources. Now I'm just going through, bringing this up to this lower half slab tier, as it were. And this will prevent items from landing in those little stalls down there, so that I don't have to jump down them constantly and retrieve whatever is trapped in there. Instead, I can very easily navigate through and just kind of casually work around this entire place without issue. Okay. Now that that's done, I can very easily excavate above it, but first I will need inventory space for that. Therefore, I shall go forth and just kind of see what kind of resources I can collect here. But first, I'm going to go pee. I'll be right back. Alright, I have returned. Additionally, this would be a great time to mention that this is a great time to leave a like on the video, leave a comment, subscribe. Helps me, helps the channel, tells YouTube that this is the type of video content that you enjoy watching. Helps guide more users to my channel, helps guide more new users of new Minecraft players towards my channel so that they can learn all of these lovely tips and tricks, such as building a roof over your villagers made entirely out of lower half slabs in order to prevent monsters from spawning. Now, much higher above my villagers, I will eventually want to build a solid roof, not made out of half slabs, but an actual, roof, in order to protect my villagers from lightning strikes and anything else. But currently, we're underground, so that's actually, for the most part, covered already. I will still want to build one. It's just a matter of I don't need to build it yet. Because, well, we're kind of already underground, and that's kind of already existing just naturally by having an underground roof there. Building this entire thing in an underground cavern has provided my villagers what's known as a modicum of protection. There is more that can be done to further protect the villagers, but at the present moment, I don't believe I need that much protection. That would involve obsidians, flying machines, all kinds of other weird absurdities. But I don't need that much protection. That level of protection is kind of overkill at this moment. As far as all of this digging goes, though, this definitely does speed things up because it gets rid of the gravel really quickly. Okay. We get to collect all of this material, and then bring it over to our storage, and promptly deposit it, and then just kind of leave it in storage for a really long time. And the reason for that is because, well, we're working. To quote Scary Movie 2, "Do you mind? You're no fun. I'm working." Or was that Scary Movie 3? I can never remember which one is which in that series, because they're just silly movies. They really are. I forgot I can move all of this stuff around now that I have the smooth stone processed. And now looks good. I still need